Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. I am happy to welcome you all for our online learning initiative. Class 12, subject Biozoology, chapter 2, name of the chapter Human Reproduction. In that chapter, now I am going to discuss about male reproductive system. The male reproductive system comprises of a pair of testes. I already said testis is the primary reproductive organ. Once again I am repeating, the male reproductive system comprises of a pair of testes and then accessory ducts, accessory glands and external genitalia. So primary organ is testis, then accessory ducts and accessory glands are said to be secondary reproductive organ, and then external genitalia. So all these comprises of a male reproductive system. Now I am going to mark this parts in this picture. Listen very carefully. This is called testis. A pair of testis is present inside the sacrotal sac. Sacrotal sac is nothing but a muscular bag-like structure just hanging in the abdominal cavity, that is outside the abdominal cavity. Clear? So a pair of testis is present inside the sacrotal sac. After that, the accessory ducts. Ducts is nothing but tube-like structure. That tube is necessary for the conduction, the movement of sperm. Okay, in this tube only the sperms are moving. Okay, so accessory ducts, very important ducts is epididymis, and then accessory gland. 3 glands are present in male reproductive system. The first one is seminal vesicle, second one is prostate gland, a pair of seminal vesicle, and the third one is Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland. So a pair of seminal vesicle and a pair of Cowper's gland and a single seminal vesicles are present in the male reproductive system. Clear? Testis. Testis, you have to write 2 different spelling, right? T, this is plural. Testis, that means singular. Okay. Testes means plural. Testis means singular. In human body, the male has a pair of testes. So 2 testes means you have to write plural form. Testes are the primary means main, important male reproductive organ. Okay, they are a pair of ovoid bodies. Ovoid body is nothing but the shape of the testis is oval shape. This is the oval shape. This oval shaped testis is present inside the sacrotal sac. Sacrotal sac means a muscular structure just hanging outside the abdominal cavity. What is abdominal cavity, children? It is a part just below to your stomach, below to our stomach. What is thoracic cavity? Thoracic cavity is nothing but above the stomach, the rib cage. This is called rib cage. This is the thoracic cavity. Our heart and the lungs are safely present inside the thoracic cavity. Our kidney and then reproductive organs, all these are present inside the abdominal cavity. Clear? So this testis is also present inside the sacrotum, and this sacrotum is hanging outside the abdominal cavity. Since a viable sperm, what is the meaning of viable? Motile or strengthened. Sperms cannot be produced at the normal body temperature. So, once again I am repeating, the strengthened, the motile sperms cannot be produced at our normal body temperature. So, the sacrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity. The sacrotum is hanging in the abdominal cavity, outside the abdominal cavity, and to provide a temperature less than 2 to 3 degrees Celsius from our body temperature. Once again I am repeating, the viable sperm will not be produced at our body temperature. So, the sacrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity and provide a temperature 2 to 3 degree lower than the normal body temperature. Clear? Yes. Thus, sacrotum acts as a thermoregulator for spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis means formation of sperm. Clear? This sacrotum acts as a thermoregulator for spermatogenesis. That means formation of sperm. Each testis is covered by a outermost fibrous covering called tunica albuginea. Listen very carefully. I am going to draw a diagram. This is called a testis. This testis is covered by a outer fibrous covering called tunica albuginea. Okay, it is divided by, it means the testis is divided by so many septa. Septa is nothing but compartment. So, inside the testis, so many foldings. This is called septa, also called as lobules. How many lobules are there? 200 to 250 lobules. Each one lobules containing 2 to 4 highly coiled testicular tubules called seminiferous tubules. Once again I am repeating, the testis is divided by septa and it is about 200 to 250 lobules. Lobules is nothing but compartments. Each one compartment containing highly coiled 2 to 4 highly coiled tube-like structure called seminiferous tubule. See, Children, this is lobule. Each lobule has highly coiled 2 to 4 highly coiled a tube like structure. So all this connects in the place called Reti testis. So each lobule has highly coiled tube like structure called seminiferous tubule. Okay, this highly convoluted tubules is the site of sperm production. That means all the sperms are produced inside the seminiferous tubules. Clear? The stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule. The stratified epithelium is nothing but the epithelial cells layers is made up of two different types of cells. One is called Sertoli cell, another one is called male germ cell. First one is Sertoli cells and second one is male germ cells. The other name for Sertoli cells is nurture cells. Okay, the Sertoli cells are elongated and funnel shaped, elongated, pyramidal, and provide nourishment to the sperms. Once again I am repeating, the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule has two different types of cells. One is called Sertoli cells, another one is called male germ cells. These Sertoli cells are elongated and pyramidal, that particular cells provide nourishment to the sperms. The next one is the interstitial or Leydig cells are embedded in the soft connective tissue of seminiferous tubule, and these cells, what cells? The Leydig cells are endocrine in nature and secrete an hormone called testosterone. Once again I am repeating, the Leydig cells are endocrine in nature. These Leydig cells are embedded in the soft connective tissues surrounding the seminiferous tubules. The main function of this is it secretes an hormone called testosterone, and also it initiates the process of spermatogenesis. Clear? Yes. See the internal structure of testis. And this is the outermost covering, the fibrous covering layer, that is called tunica albuginea. Okay, and then this is said to be lobules. 200 to 250 lobules are present in each testis. In one lobules they have highly coiled 4 to 5 highly coiled tube like structure, that is called seminiferous tubule. The highly coiled tube like structure called seminiferous tubule. So all these tube like structure unite to form the joint in the place called Reti testis. So all this tube like structure connects here, that is called Reti testis. After that it connects with the epididymis, and this is the head part, and the body is the tail part of epididymis, and it connects with the vas deferens and move on to next part. Clear? So accessory ducts, as I said already, ducts is nothing but tube. The first one is, the main important tube is What is that? Epididymis, vas deferens, reti testis and vasa efferentia. These are the accessory ducts. Once the sperm is produced inside the seminiferous tubule and this moves to the reti testis, and this vasa efferentia connects the reti testis with the epididymis. From the reti testis, the sperms are collected by vasa efferentia to the epididymis. Once it reaches the epididymis and it goes to vas deferens. These are the 4 important accessory ducts of male reproductive system. The seminiferous tubule of each lobule convey to form a tubulus rectus, that is called reti testis. The sperms leaves the reti testis and enters into epididymis through the important tube called vasa efferentia. Then the epididymis is a single highly coiled tube that temporarily stores the sperm, that is called spermatozoa. The epididymis leads to vas deferens and join the duct of the seminal vesicle to form the ejaculatory ducts, which passes through the prostate and opens into urethra. The urethra is the terminal portion of both urine as well as the sperm. Okay, it conveys both urine as well as the sperm, semen at different times. It originates from the urinary bladder and extends through the penis. Then accessory glands. 3 important accessory glands are present in the male reproductive system. The first one is seminal vesicle, the second one is prostate gland, and third one is Cowper's gland. First one, the seminal vesicle secretes an alkaline fluid called seminal plasma containing fructose, ascorbic acid, prostaglandins and coagulating enzymes, which enhance the sperm motility. So once again I am repeating, the seminal vesicles secretes an alkaline fluid. That alkaline fluid contains fructose, ascorbic acid, prostaglandins and coagulating enzymes which enhance the sperm motility. The second accessory gland called Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland are inferior to prostate and their secretion is also helps in the lubrication of the sperm. Next one, third one, the prostate. The prostate encircles the urethra and is just below to the urinary bladder. The placement is, the prostate is encircles the urethra and just below to the bladder and secretes a highly acidic fluid. Semen or seminal fluid is a milky white fluid which contains sperms and the seminal plasma. The seminal fluid acts as a transport medium which provides nourishment, which provides nutrients, contains chemicals that protect and activate the sperms and also facilitate their movement. The penis is said to be external genitalia. Penis is the male external genitalia. Through the penis only the sperm and the urine expel out in different times. The enlarged end of the penis called gland penis is covered by a loose fold of skin called foreskin. Once again I am repeating, the enlarged end of the penis called gland penis is covered by a loose skin called foreskin. Thank you children. We will see you in the next class.